So spare me your bull. So Shelby Steele was talking in his book, I believe it was White Guilt, and he was talking about something unique about the culture of Black Americans that you will not find in any other culture in America. That we are the only community that will get outraged and get up and organize and picket and protest to defend the bottom denominator of our community, meaning criminals, burglars, robbers, anything that you commit a crime. Only Black Americans will be out picketing to defend the criminals. When you rally behind the people that are doing the good things in your society, as opposed to people that are doing bad things in society, you raise your average. So we have collectively lowered our average because over the last 5 years, it has become extremely fashionable for us to martyr criminals. There is no dispute and no argument that you're going to hear from me that what Derek Chauvin did was right. There is not. And the reason why I'm not talking about Derek Chauvin is because we actually have reached a consensus in this society. Everybody agrees that what he did was wrong. Everybody is happy that he is arrested, no matter what color you are. I then decided to take a dive and to look at his record. George Floyd, what is his record? Does it matter? Me personally, I think if you spend some time in prison, you make a mistake. I'm a big believer that society should forgive you, especially when you're young and you have a first offense. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. 1998. George Floyd spent his first prison stint 10 months for theft with a firearm. Okay, I believe in second chances, and 1998 is a very long time ago. Again, 4 years later, in 2002, he spent 8 months in prison for a cocaine offense. But then 2 years later, he spends another 10 months for a cocaine offense. 2005, he spends another 10 months for a cocaine offense. This time, they stipulated that he had less than 1 gram, and he went back to prison. 2 years later, in 2009, he is sentenced to 5 years in prison. I'm inclined to believe, hey, look, he got out of prison in 2014. That's 5.5 years after he got out of prison. He could be a different man. I would be inclined to believe all of those things if the autopsy result didn't come back and prove that he was high that day on fentanyl and methamphetamines in his system. So spare me your bull. People that are on the right track do not do meth and fentanyl and drop baggies of drugs onto the ground. Or basically understanding that the whole concept of racialized police brutality is a myth. Okay? All you have to do is sit down and do basic mathematics to discover that the entire narrative that we have been sold is a lie. Well, we should shut up about the thousands of Black Americans that are being killed by other Black Americans because it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter when we kill ourselves. It doesn't matter when we're on drugs. It doesn't matter when we're high. We want the police officers to hold our hands. And if, God forbid, something goes wrong in the midst of a police arrest, we want to riot and we want to burn down our own neighborhoods because that makes so much sense. You want to know what my job is? My job is to be an alarm clock for Black America. You know what an alarm clock does, right? It's a really annoying sound. Everybody hates. There's nobody in the world that likes an alarm clock. But when it goes off, eventually you wake up.